country in the world, and it is worth fighting for. It is worth bleeding for, and if it takes it, it's worth dying for the greatest country that this world has ever seen.
Somebody has got something on their phone. What's going on, everybody? It is, what's today, Wednesday?
All day.
It's Wednesday. It
is hump day.
All day?
It has been a hectic, not just week this week. It was a hectic week before, and then we also had Hurricane Helen before that. It has been a really hectic 2 weeks here, and but we're here. We're back from our first run into North Carolina, we've got some other things going on with helicopters today to show us even more of the damage and things like that. We're going to give you a little update, but, first, let's get business out of the way. See, I'm tired. It's not operating on full cylinders. Let's make sure to hit that like button for us, ladies and gentlemen. The more you hit the like button, the more people see this. The more you hit the follow button, the more you don't miss anything that we do. And share this far and wide. Let's go ahead and get the chat blowing up right now. I want to send up prayers in the chat for everyone in not just North Carolina still dealing with the aftermath of Hurricane Helen, but also the people in Florida that are bracing for Hurricane Milton. Just say the word prayer in the chat, and let's go ahead and get that blowing up right now because they need it. This thing looks like it's going to be something of biblical proportions. It is quite insane what's going on there. Let's introduce everybody that's in the studio. Hurricane survivor, DEI hire, Mexican Tony is here.
DEI hire. I think that's very appropriate. Yep.
Well, I got in trouble by your wife for calling you Cartel Tony. And so anyway, and ladies and gentlemen, in studio is producer Roy. Is part-time producer Hot Seat Todd.
Producing today. Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right. So let's go to all of us here. So we went into North Carolina yesterday. I want to give you guys a brief thing. Royce is only here for a couple of minutes because he's got to go catch a helicopter to go get us.
Everybody's saying that Royce's mic is muted.
How could I be muted?
I have no idea.
What?
Hello?
Can nobody? Can you guys not hear Royce?
Nobody can hear Royce.
What? It
ain't me. It's
so
not me.
Weird. We hear Royce fine. Oh, you know what I bet it is? I bet you I didn't click something audio-wise.
It's Graham.
Graham, it's not me. Royce, talk. Hold up. They're saying good now.
Someone
No,
said
it
now
wasn't
we can
Todd.
hear.
It was
Hello?
not Todd.
Hello.
Oh, you want to know what it was? What? He hit your intro thing, and it cut you off in the intro thing. All right. We're good. We're back. Dear Lord, people, can I do the show?
Hey, I must say, it is kind of liberating that I'm not running the show.
Oh, shut up.
Anyway, Royce is here for like 20 minutes because he's getting ready to get on a helicopter because we've got people that want to show us the things that the media is not wanting to show you. So we're going to go record it. And the reason we're doing this is we're getting ready to drop, what are we going to call it, Royce? A Dear America original?
Yeah.
Is that what we're going to call it? We're going to focus on creating longer form videos going out and showing what's really going on. And so I think we're going to title it FEMA or No FEMA, The Truth About North Carolina. And it's going to be the first FEMA, Dear America original. And the reason, documentary or whatever. And so the purpose of that is to not be like, oh, this new cool thing to make money or whatever. It's one thing to just sit here and talk about it all the time. but we feel this pull that it's time for us to actually start going out as well and documenting some things. And there's things we've missed in the past that we should have been there for, and there's things that we want to add to what we're doing. So Dear America Originals is going to be this new thing that we're getting ready to do. The truth about whether FEMA is there or not is going to be the first one. If you guys are excited about that, comment yes or no in the chat right now. Tony, without giving too much away about what they'll see in the documentary, what personally did you feel seeing what we did see in North Carolina yesterday?
With a single word, mind-blowing. Mind-blowing would be the best way to describe it. Not just the destruction, but also the people that are there helping and just being there trying to help others who have no power, no water, their homes destroyed. Their outreach of giving is just unbelievable. That God works in such ways that tugs on people's hearts to be out there and helping. So it was just mind blowing.
Royce, your initial thoughts?
I know you gave Tony one word, but I'm going to take two actually. I'd say it's not only heartbreaking, obviously, to see what's going on, but also heartwarming to see the community coming together and how they're helping each other where the government and FEMA isn't. And I think that's what we show in this documentary, and you guys will see it here soon. But the people who lived there were the people helping the people.
Yeah.
They were the ones coming up, spending their time, their money, giving away things, driving hours, setting all this stuff up.
Yeah.
And it's a huge operation, multiple operations going on. And it's just, I think it's, again, heartwarming to see.
Yeah, no, I agree. And again, we want to save some things once we have this video ready, because there are some things that I think will make you go, what? Like that we found out, especially information from people that are there. Again, we're not going to answer the question FEMA or no FEMA here today. We're going to try to turn this thing around for you lightning fast. But the thing that I saw yesterday, and I'll talk about this because I did do a live feed from this location. It's called Bat Cave, North Carolina. And it looked like a Noah's Ark type tidal wave had gone through this area in the mountains, mind you. That's the craziest part of all of this, is it's in the mountains. It's not in like the low swamp country of Florida or Louisiana. This is in the mountains. That's the craziest part. And seeing these people that are stranded in the mountains and their only road there is, thank you for the super chat. Any super chat today will continue to go to funding more supplies. We're going to make another run tomorrow. Any super chat today will be used to buy more supplies to take up to North Carolina. Anyway, you saw these people, bridges knocked out. They can't leave their homes. And the most, Alyssa asked me what was the most profound thing you saw yesterday, and I said it's the little red raft. If you go back on Facebook yesterday, the first live feed that I did, in the middle of this ravine or whatever it is that the water has now come back down, you just see this one little red raft that these people are having to climb down the mountain to get to this raft to go across the little lake or whatever it is, and then climb back up to be able to get to a road, just whatever. And so it's pretty wild. It's pretty wild stuff. I think I was prepared for the devastation. Like I wouldn't say that anything shocked me, I guess. Horrific, absolutely. What did shock me is what you'll see in this documentary. And I am very concerned about Florida. That's all I'm going to say. Mm-hmm. You'll see it in this video why I'm concerned about Florida, because of what we didn't see. And it concerns me greatly for Florida. But we got to get into our first sponsor, then we got to get into the show. So everybody, make sure to hit that like button, hit that follow button right now. Every donation today through Super Chats will be used to buy more supplies going up to North Carolina. And unfortunately, it's looking like that's also going to have to be used for Florida here very, very soon. All right, let's get into our first sponsor, and that is Angel Studios. We are honored to have them as a sponsor for us. I think we're honored to have them as a sponsor for us.
Sorry about that.
Technical difficulties, it's okay. He's new.
I'm new.
We're still there. What's going on?
Everybody should thank Todd, actually, for being able to do this.
Yes, except right now we've...
Right
There
now.
we go. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we need every single one of you to go to angel.com/Graham Hope, right? Isn't that the URL we have for this?
Angel.com/Graham Hope. Yep.
Yeah, that's what I
Yes.
said. Angel.com/Graham Hope. And the reason why is Angel Studios is making amazing content every single day that your family can enjoy. None of this woke indoctrination crap. It is actual, and it's not all Jesus, Jesus, Jesus movies. That's something that people have wrong with. Jesus. Not everything's like that. Like some of it's just good movies that aren't necessarily like Jesus this, Jesus that. It's very important, but that's not it. So we ask you to go to angel.com/Graham Hope. And we ask you to become a member of the Guild. When you become a member of the Guild, you get to actually vote on what gets made at Angel Studios. When Angel movies get put in theaters, you get free tickets, and the benefits go on and on and on. You can join the community today by going to angel.com/Graham Hope. We're thankful to have Angel Studios as a sponsor, but now we have to get into the show. Again, every donation today will continue to go to buy supplies for North Carolina, and again, unfortunately, it looks like we're going to have to do the same thing for Florida. But we got to get into Kamala Harris first. SNL has turned against Kamala Harris. This is the first SNL skit I've seen in a long time that was actually funny. It's been a long time, and they brought back Andy Samberg and Maya Rudolph for this. They had to bring...
I mean, if Andy Samberg's in it, honestly...
I do love Andy Samberg.
He's
pretty
not
funny.
be funny?
Look,
He's
but
pretty
they had to bring in people that were actually talented to make a good skit for once, okay? And so here we go. This is the skit of Kamala and her husband watching Tim Waltz during the debate. Play it.
Okay, he's out there. He's doing his thing, whatever that may be.
Okay, come on, just relax. You know, you haven't had a night off in 3 months. Do you want to watch something less stressful like the Menendez Brothers show?
I don't know, Dougie. I kind of wish I had picked Josh right now.
Oh, Josh Shapiro?
No, Josh. Cabernet.
Look, it'll be fine. It's not like he's going to say something crazy.
I've become friends with school shooters.
I mean, come on.
That's great.
Not only is it actually good comedy for once, but when Kamala Harris has lost SNL, it shows you where she's at in this
so
situation
funny.
here. Not
so
to
funny.
mention, you know, every political candidate needs good endorsements, and they need good entities running ads for them.
Good Christian.
Good Christian, wholesome things. Well, it was announced by Breitbart that Kamala has picked up one of these.
Yes, she has.
She has picked up a porn site industry launches ads supporting Kamala Harris's campaign because nothing is more pro-abortion than the porn industry for obvious reasons. What a endorsement to talk about. Anyway, all right, so let's move on here. There was an incident the other day about a helicopter that wiped out supplies that were being dropped off in North Carolina, right? Like go to the one, not the helicopter itself, the other video. Let's open that up and let's play that.
Well.
What the fuck, dude?
Oh, sorry for the language.
Anyway, so the helicopters are coming down, and then it actually causes damage to what was it? What was
All the
big
supplies, like it was all the supplies here. They're just blowing stuff off these pallets, food, bags of food. Those are MRE boxes right there. I mean, they're scattering stuff everywhere.
Yeah, and so just so you guys know what you're looking at, this is all over the state of North Carolina right now. Well, in the affected parts of the state of North Carolina, and all of those are not run by official organizations. They're run by people. There's volunteers that are doing it. Anyway, so there were some people who were like, oh, you guys are spreading false information again, and da-da-da-da-da, the military would never da-da. Shut your stupid mouth. Got the receipts right here. This is the North Carolina, Todd, thank you. This is the North Carolina National Guard official page. North Carolina National Guard is aware of an incident involving an NCNH UH-60 Black Hawk helicopter during a delivery of generators at the request of a local civilian organization. Remember when I said that all of this is being done by civilians doing this stuff? But let's go down. Let's go down to the thread here. While attempting to land, the video you just saw, where was there to land?
Nowhere. That was like a Big Lark's parking lot that was just full of vehicles and supplies.
I'm not
and
a helicopter pilot, but I've ridden in a lot. I've had to do medevacs and all the above. Where was there to land in that spot? Why were you that close?
Unless somebody was trying to rope in, that bird wasn't landing.
And I love this. The crew immediately identified the situation, aborted the landing for safety reasons, and departed the area. You obviously didn't immediately figure out what's going on. This incident is currently under investigation, and the crew has been grounded until further investigation is complete.
My question is, obviously, they said they were trying to land, but they get orders from people in charge that are above them, obviously. And like I said earlier, before we started the show, this sounds like something like A Few Good Men, where they said we were just following orders, because they would not have gone over there unless they had orders from somebody, correct?
Well,
but at the end of the day, the dude flying the thing knows better. Like,
and look, before everybody,
but Graham, what if a colonel or a general is saying, "Hey, I need you to get down low and show me what they have down there"? I mean, would they not have to follow orders?
Yeah, but yes. Well, unless it violates the Constitution, kind of thing. Anyway, so look, before you guys get on this tangent, well, the National Guard was great. Absolutely. We're not taking away from the National Guard members that are doing the thing across the board. But it's just another chink in the armor that all of the federal organizations are just crap out of their league right now. All of the federal organizations are just, I'll tell you one little story that we heard, that these civilian drop areas where people are pulling in where they get supplies are having to guard their stuff because FEMA is actually coming up to them because FEMA needs water. FEMA is sending their reps out without even the ability to have water to drink when they're out there. It is a complete nightmare disaster, and the only order of any kind has been established by volunteers. We met teachers, we met people that have literally lost hundreds of thousands of dollars of their businesses because they're donating their planes and all this stuff. It's crazy what you will see that we uncovered there. And so, no, I'm not giving any break to it.
Yeah, and I will say, to your point,
nobody
Tony,
would have gave me a freaking break if I had been the pilot of that. They crucified me.
To your point, Tony, the Guard, and I was in the North Carolina Guard for a long time. You got to remember what the Guard is. Those are all locals. Even if they're wearing a uniform, those are local people.
They know the area.
They know the area. They know the folks. That's probably their cousins, their friends. Probably a couple teachers are in that. So FEMA, obviously, nobody was prepared for this. Nobody knew this was coming. But the people, the Guard members there, like I said, they're locals. They know the area. They are probably the most equipped people to be doing rescue missions and helping and stuff like that. Not the federal government. The Guard's handling business, I promise you.
Yeah, and I'm not disputing that. I'm sure they're great people. I'm sure they're locals. I'm sure they're trying to help. All I'm saying is that I'm not a helicopter pilot, but helicopter piloting 101, the lower you get down to the ground over there, the more wind it's going to cause and the more destruction it's going to cause. So, why do it in the first place? I just don't understand why he did it in the first place.
I agree. And so the biggest thing is people are saying that they hear that, all this stuff is going on. One thing I can tell you is that I would say 90% of what you've heard is probably true.
Yeah.
I didn't see anything yesterday, and we'll find out more today. I didn't see anything yesterday where I can just vehemently come out here and be like, nope, that's not true. I think that FEMA is in Asheville. That's what I think. I think FEMA's in Asheville, and they want to control everything, and they want the warehouse to be in Asheville, and somehow, with their mighty federal intelligence, thinks that these people that are in the mountaintops of Bat Cave and Girton and what's the name of that town?
It was a weird name.
Swananoa or whatever it is. They're just going to walk 20, 30 miles to get to like the FEMA warehouse. These people are morons. That's the truth. They're idiots. They're walking waste of air, mouth breathing lunatics that think that the people can get there. So I'm sure FEMA's doing a bang up job in Asheville.
Swananoa. That's what it's called.
Swananoa. Thank you. I'm sure FEMA's doing a bang up job in Nashville. I'm sure they've got a great presence there. What about all the other places?
For real.
And so that's the real thing. All right, let's go to Birch, and then we've got to talk about Trump being right again. Let's go to Birch, Gold, and let's talk to everybody about how these things are going on and how you need to protect yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, can you zoom in, Todd, to the top left there of the website? If you look, gold is up, silver's up, platinum's down, but palladium is up. Gold is up. I repeat again, gold is up. It's almost like I'm trying to help you protect your money in an era of uncertainty, in an era of natural disasters, in an era of world unstabilization. What did you just do, Todd? Did it literally just go down $9 since we've been talking?
I did nothing.
I heard you click something,
crashed the gold
and it
market.
just...
You're welcome.
Anyway, all right.
You know what that means? I don't know what that means. Buy now.
Yeah. Again, as bad as that is,
I didn't do nothing.
it is still.
Todd, refresh.
There it is.
still-
No. Oh, it's automatic. It's doing.
Oh,
it
it's
automatic.
changing all the time. So it just went from 9 to now 825. So
Well,
okay.
that's better than Bitcoin going from like 50,000 to 20.
Anyway, the point of the matter is, gold is the ultimate stabilizer in an unstable world. So our dollar, if gold is doing that back and forth, what do you think your dollar is doing? What do you think the mythical digital currency that you have in a bank account, where if you log on today, like Bank of America last week, and it's at $0 because of a glitch, what do you think that does? So text the word Graham, that's GRAHAM, to 989898 right now, and find out how gold, silver, and precious metals can protect your money. All right, let's go to Trump being right again. Breaking news yesterday. We'll just let Brett Baer's stupid self say it. I can't stand Brett, but let him talk.
The FBI says it has foiled a terror plot set to take place inside the U.S. on Election Day. A criminal complaint just unsealed within the last 30 minutes says 27-year-old Nasser Tahedi conspired with ISIS and obtained firearms and ammunition to conduct that attack in the name of the terrorist organization, ISIS. The Justice Department says he took steps to move his family overseas and acquire machine guns and ammunition. FBI Director Chris Wray says tonight, quote, this defendant, motivated by ISIS, allegedly conspired to commit a violent attack on Election Day here in our homeland. Terrorism is still the FBI's #1 priority, and we will use every resource to protect the American people.
So your gun laws are working. Your gun laws are working.
Yeah.
Way to go.
And this all goes back to when President Trump talked about this. And go to the next slide here that we have.
Yeah.
Got
it.
Right now. Okay, all right. Here we go. All right. So Donald Trump asked how many terrorists are coming in after the Kabul evacuation. And Politico was like, no, we're not letting in people, blah, 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 fact checking all of us left and right. And then you see John Hassan down here, or Hasten, with the background on this person. It is known. Can we make that bigger for me, Todd?
Yep.
Let's just click on it there. It is known to the here too that Tahedi is a 27-year-old citizen of Afghanistan who resides in an apartment on Chartel Avenue in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. He entered the United States on September 9th, 2021 on a special immigrant visa and is currently on parole status pending adjudication of his immigration proceedings. He resides at the Chartel residence with his wife and their 1-year-old, who is approximately, and their one child, who is approxiately 1 year old.
Well done.
So there you go. So terrorists are being granted visas.
Good job.
It's almost like Trump was right yet again.
Dude, when I first came on the show, what was it, back in January?
January?
January. We talked about the border a lot, and we were just saying how many people have come into this country. What's the number up to when the open
20
border
million?
policy? 20
Something
million?
like that, 20 million?
It's
How many
insane.
people, and let's just remind everybody, how many people pulled off the 9/11 attacks? Was it like
11.
11?
11,
So
something like that.
out of 20 million people, here's one guy, just one guy that they found that was planning a terrorist attack. Out of those 20 million people, how many terrorists are in that group? I mean, it's mind-blowing if you start thinking about
Even if it's 1%. Even if it's 1%.
Yeah.
19 people pulled off 9/11?
Yeah, 19. There you go.
Yeah.
19 people. So even if it's 0.1%.
It's still 20,000 people.
Yeah.
Like,
Here's
I
the
mean, it's still
reality,
20,000
though. Here's
people.
the reality. If these other countries who hate us aren't sending in terrorists, then they're stupid. And they're not stupid. They're going to do that. How could you not seize this opportunity?
Well, I think the answer is it's not a if, it is a they are stupid. And all of these people,
Yeah.
and nay, they're not stupid. They're evil. And they're doing it on purpose.
It's all a
of this-
ploy to scare people away from the ballot box.
If you believe they're letting these terrorists in on purpose, comment yes or no in the chat right now. Royce, you've got to get going to the airport, correct?
Yeah.
Is there anything you want to tell anybody before you head out on this helicopter ride about North Carolina? Anything you want to say? Because I know we don't want you to miss that flight.
I'm personally excited to go ride in a helicopter, but I would hold your prayers for me and just pray for my family in Florida.
Yep.
This
Absolutely.
thing's supposed to be hitting tonight and
Yeah.
tomorrow, and it's supposed to be really bad. And my family's right in the wake of it. It's going to be going right through them. So they're doing everything they can to prepare, but just pray for them. And let's just all pray for Florida in general.
Yeah, and I want to say a special thing about Royce and his family, just so you guys understand. Royce went down, made sure that his wife and his family were going to be okay, and then not only him, but his family believes in us going and telling these stories and showing the world what's really going on so much that he literally hopped on the back of a plane that we won't specify how that happened, but to be able to come out here and show the truth during all this stuff going on.
It wasn't Mission Impossible style. It wasn't hanging on the side.
Yeah,
of
you
You
were.
were pretty close, pretty
Yeah,
close.
you were.
They'll see. They'll
it was
see when the
something.
video comes out. But either way, it says a lot about Royce. It says a lot about Royce's family. They're all patriots. They all believe in what we're doing here. And it's a special dude here, a special family behind him. So our prayers are with Florida, and we're going to talk a lot about it. But you got to get on the road and go get in a helicopter. So
Goodbye.
All right.
Later,
All
buddy.
right, Royce. We'll see you in a bit.
luck, Royce.
I can't get out of here without walking behind one of you guys or in front of a camera, so you'll see me again.
Okay, all right, yeah, that's fine. Well, you could crawl under the desk. No, I'm kidding. All right.
You just see,
All
like, my
right, let's
back.
go. All right, this is Melania Trump on the 5. So let's go and look at this here. So what the heck is this? Is this just a picture of her?
Yeah, that's what
Okay.
Trump posted.
Oh, okay. All right. I don't care. Move on. Let's get to the actual thing. That's great. All right. Let's make this bigger. Let's show this. Just hit the expand button, Todd.
Oh, I didn't know if you wanted to read it or not.
Nope. Let's play it.
Just play
Think
it.
about some of the positive things that you experienced in the White House when you and President Trump were there. What were some of the things that made you most joyful about policy and the things that he did?
Well, he did a lot, and he took care of the military, and I really loved visiting them, actually all around the world, even when I went to in Iraq for Christmas, when I went to Walter Reed and visiting the soldiers, wounded soldiers, and also when I visited the aircraft on the middle of the ocean. So very exciting, and all the people that I met over 4 years, really, really special. And they always, they stay with you. Sometimes you still remember them. So it's always something that I'm looking forward to it.
I think that it's very strategic. You're seeing Melania come out now and speak more in a role that she's comfortable with. And a lot of people are like, oh, she's never with Trump at the rallies and stuff like that. President Trump's got shot in the face.
Yeah,
Okay?
my family would not be coming to rallies.
Yeah, I mean,
at
and
all.
so I think you have to
Stay at home.
remember this, like, you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't want, if I was running for president and they shot me in the face, I wouldn't have Alyssa there. And so I think that this is very good because Melania is such a stark contrast to Trump. And in a good way, not like oh, Trump is bad, but no, like, okay, this is what a marriage is supposed to be. You're not supposed to be the exact same person. You balance each other out. And I think it's good what they're doing with her here. All right, let's keep going. What do we got? Oh, okay. Here we
Who
go.
is really a threat to democracy?
Yeah, this is more of her thoughts. Let's play it.
Are you worried about your husband's safety in the next 29 days?
Of course I do. Yes, I do. I think, when they call him, he's a threat to democracy, let's ask ourselves, who is really a threat to democracy? They are ongoing with the lawfare against the former president, as well as, trying to get him off the voting ballots and trying to, silence him. So, yes, of course, I was always afraid what can happen, and that they continuing with that kind of language is just, it's a toxic atmosphere.
Yes, I agree. And again, see, this is where Melania shines best in this regard. This is her sweet spot, if you will. Doing this type of media, doing this type of stuff. I think it's great. You're going to see a lot more of Melania. This is very strategic across the board. All right, what's the next one?
Using
this
Putin.
Is CNN talking about Putin, talking about COVID test in 2020, because that's what the world freaking cares about today. These
Really.
stupid, moronic idiots. Play it.
At the New York Times reporting tonight, of the 19 officials that they spoke to, not one was told about these calls. So that's crucial, and context always matters here. Trump's desire to be close to Putin is important, his admiration for him is important, and his clear support of Putin's view on Ukraine, as just one example, opens the door to something deeply serious. A former president talking with a sitting world leader in secret, contradicting U.S. government policy. So let's just take Ukraine. And what Trump has said publicly tells us a lot.
Do you want Ukraine to win this war?
I want the war to stop. I want to save lives that are being uselessly, people being killed by the millions. It's the millions.
Just to clarify in the question, do you believe it's in the U.S. best interest for Ukraine to win this war, yes or no?
I think it's the U.S.
No, and here's why. Here's why it doesn't matter. Reminding everyone, both Russia and Ukraine are not good places.
Yeah.
The end. They're both terrible. They're both horrific dictator places. They're awful. They're god-awful. And I don't want either one to win. I want the war to be over. I love President Trump's answer there. I don't want anyone of them to win. I want them both to stop. I want lives to stop being lost. I want our freaking money to stop being sent over there by these traitorous freaking pieces of human garbage, mouth-sucking, air-violating pieces of crap that are wearing suits in D.C. I hate 99% of them because they're traitors. Ukraine, Russia, both bad. Either one is not in the best interest of America for them to win. They just both need to be stopped. Continue.
Interest to get this war finished and just get it done.
All right.
Negotiate a deal.
Negotiate a deal. That's exactly what Putin says he wants.
I already said that we did not refuse to talk. We're willing to negotiate.
I mean, that's the policy of Putin, echoed by Trump. A deal where he
do they realize they just shared a clip? Pause it.
Yeah,
do they realize they just shared a clip of Putin being reasonable? Like, yeah, I'm perfectly willing to talk to figure this out.
Yeah.
And I'm not pro-Putin. I hate him. I hate Zelensky. I hate Putin. I don't like either one of those countries. Go ahead, Russia, put me on your little hit page. I don't care. Ukraine, go for it. I don't like either of them. But CNN just played a clip of Trump saying, yeah, we need to end the war. I don't want either one to win. I want people to stop dying. I want the war to be over. And then they play a clip of Putin saying, oh, yeah, I'd love to talk.
I'd love to negotiate.
These stupid people over here won't talk. Like, I'd love to figure it out. And just, okay, keep going.
The largest country in Europe. But Trump's support of Putin on this existential issue for the Russian dictator is noticed in Russia, where state media portrays Donald Trump as a Vladimir Putin acolyte.
Trump is planning to end the war in 24 hours. This scheme suits us well.
This scheme suits us well, she says.
It suits everybody well.
And it also does not come out of the blue.
Well.
For years, Trump, of course, has had glowing things to say about Putin.
I also have a very good relationship, as you know, with President Putin. I knew Putin very well. I got along with him actually great. Putin is a nicer person than I am. So now I like Putin. Now, Putin called me a genius, by the way.
Of course, the genius in this relationship
a
may be
lot
Putin,
of-
who
that
has
is a
maintained
lot
a
of-
direct relationship
Taking
with a
out a
former
lot of
president
cuts.
Bullcrap.
against U.S.
A lot of cuts right there.
What upsets me mostly from CNN, ABC, all these news stations or news, whatever they are, is that they portray Trump in a way where they make him look like a bad guy, when in reality he is a very smart businessman. And as a smart businessman, you know that wars cost lots of money. It costs people their lives. So what he did when he was in office was he kept all them dictators in check. Russia never did anything. China never did anything. He was swinging a bigger stick. So they did absolutely nothing without checking with him first. And,
Yeah, well, yeah.
Go ahead, Todd.
Yeah, well, no, go ahead. Finish your thought. I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna say.
Well,
and they portray him as somebody who likes dictators and who's looking out for himself, when in reality he's looking out for the American people because he puts America first.
Well, there's a couple things here. All right, there's a couple things. Number one is CNN. For me, when I see that, I'm like, are you for Trump? Because he wants to end the war. You just played a video of Putin saying he wants to end the war. Trump says, you're playing video saying Trump has a good relationship with Putin. Don't you want your president to have a good relationship with all the world leaders, regardless if they're good or bad? But number one, they just CNN, and apparently some book just came out where, while Trump was still president, he gave COVID tests to Putin, like when they were hard to come by. And so they're wrecking him over this right now. It's just this Russia stuff all over again. Like, they're trying to just continue to bring up this stuff in October.
But we also have all the reports that said for the first 2 years of those
They
COVID
meant
tests,
nothing.
It could not tell the difference between the flu and COVID.
Exactly.
So shut your stupid mouths
Yeah.
and shut up, because we hate all of you. You don't hate the media enough. Every time you think that you're at the point where you're like, oh, I can't stand the media. No, you don't hate them enough across the board.
And Graham, Tony, I don't think y'all know this, but Zelensky just bought Hitler's like Red Skull Captain America car, his parade car, for like millions of dollars, and parked it like in front of his building. So, like, dude, like, y'all get out of here with this garbage.
You mean we bought that because we sent them billions?
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah. Congratulations, CNN. You just did Trump a favor.
Yeah.
That's
All right,
just
let's
the way
get
I look at
into
it.
Patriot Mobile here. Our next
not.
sponsor, really quick. I'm following the notes, Todd.
Sorry, I'm not even looking at them. I've got too many screens as it is.
All right. Oh, am I finally on the Patriot Mobile?
you're
Look
here,
at that.
right there.
Wow, we finally made it. All right, guys, make sure to check out our friends over at Patriot Mobile. Stop giving your money to these blood-sucking. I'll say this. This is why you need to go to Patriot Mobile right now. When we were up in North Carolina, some people had AT&T, some people had Verizon, some people got service, some people didn't. Patriot Mobile One will allow you to switch between the towers, which is monumental in this type of situation, and you don't think about it until then. Right now, promo code Graham is going to get you a free month if you join right now. Join me, Glenn Beck, Dana Lash. That is Birch Gold.
Yep, sorry about that.
Technical difficulty. There, you can go to patriotmobile.com/Graham. It's time for you to support the sponsors that support us. It's time for you to put your money where your values are. So give to a Christian organization. Go to patriotmobile.com/Graham. That's patriotmobile.com/Graham. Promo code Graham's going to get you a free month off when you sign up today. All right, let's get into what I'm worried about the most.
Scary stuff.
That's still Patriot Mobile.
I
There
know.
we go. All right, what I'm worried about the most is FEMA is out of money. FEMA is having to borrow water from churches of civilian people bringing in donations if they don't get confiscated. And yet we have what could be the worst hurricane since they've started tracking hurricanes fixing to hit Florida either tonight or tomorrow morning. Yeah, somebody just said, quote, "I hate you all, Graham Allen." I like it. That's right up there with "I meant what I said and I'm not sorry." and so anyway, here is I guess this is the space station view.
I guess, yeah.
Of the hurricane. Let's look at this here.
Dude, look at that thing, bro. Golly.
Whew, that's insane.
Man, that... Golly. Like, just... Let's go back here. Here. Look at that thing, dude. Dude, that is very, very, very,
all right,
very
so let's
scary.
move on. So here's the things that we need to know. Next, here we go. All right, so Todd, you got to zoom in on this.
Working
thing
on
for
it,
me, buddy. Okay, they're celebrating. I mean, and again, everything we say here, we are not making fun of or negating the seriousness of this. What I'm saying is, this is how bad this could be. People are celebrating that Hurricane Milton is back down to a Cat 5 status. They were wanting to potentially make it the first Cat 6 ever.
Mm-hmm.
Hurricane Milton.
Right there.
Oh, yeah. What the heck? This isn't the same.
Yeah, no, switch it when you said 6.
Oh, okay. I was.
Yeah, when you said.
All right. Let's go. Back to where you were. All right. Milton threatens to reach max limit, sparking calls for a new Category 6 designation for hurricanes. Hurricane Milton is threatening to reach known maximum limits with wind gusts already topping 200 miles per hour, leading to calls for a new Category 6 designation for such a historic superstorm. Quote, "This is nothing short of astronomical," Florida meteorologist Noah Berggren said late Monday as Milton reached sustained winds of 180 miles per hour and gusts to 200 plus. Quote, "I'm at a loss for words meteorologically describe to you the storm's small eye and intensity." Quote, "This hurricane is nearing the mathematical limit of what Earth's atmosphere over this ocean water can produce." This is where we remind you to hit that like button, hit that share button so people see what's going on. Ladies and gentlemen, you need to go ahead and start donating to places that you trust. Now, Florida is going to need help starting probably Saturday, Sunday, Monday, all next week and the next weeks after that. And on top of it, we have to continue helping North Carolina. Every donation today will go to helping North Carolina and soon to be Florida. Right now, we got to figure out how to even get freaking, just had a brain fart. We have to figure out how to get Royce back to Florida at some point, how we're going to do that. And so, every time we come on here, we keep talking about donations, but it's true. We're spending every bit of that to buy supplies, to buy needed things, not just frivolous things like finding out what actually is going on. They're talking about up to 15 feet in Tampa. And I believe we have a CGI video demonstration of what this means. And again, hit that like button, hit that share button. Watch this. This is insane.
Let's show you. Imagine this. Imagine 3 feet of storm surge right here. Now, if this amount of water catches you by surprise, it's too late to evacuate. Cars are floating around and floating away. There's large objects in here that could knock things down with a battering ram-like force. Now, there's no way, again, to evacuate with this kind of storm surge. But we know there's going to be places with more than 3 feet. Imagine 6 feet of storm surge. Now, this completely floods out the first floors of homes and businesses, and the only way to escape that is to move to the higher floor of a building. Now, unfortunately, there are going to be places that get more than 6 feet of storm surge flooding. Imagine this, 9 feet and even beyond of flooding, of inundation. This is practically not survivable. So please follow the advice of your local officials when they ask you to evacuate. And if you have any questions about what evacuation zone you're in, if you need to go and or where you
Everything's
need to go,
gone.
go to Florida.
Pause it right there. Pause it.
And by all means.
Got it. Sorry.
All right, let's go back. All right, that's 9 feet simulation. There's places that are 15 feet.
15. That's like up here, dude. That's like up here.
No, that's covering all the.
Yeah,
that's covering everything.
That tree right there is gone. That roof's probably gone. I mean, dude. Ugh.
This is why we need to pray for Florida.
For sure.
And this is why we're asking everyone to continue donating, because Florida is going to need our help as well. And we already know that FEMA is out of money. And Florida is going to need our help.
Yeah, talk about out of money.
What is this?
This is the 750.
Speaking of FEMA.
Yeah, speaking
all right, remember,
about FEMA.
Kamala Harris is going to give $750, right? And everybody's like, well, this is a young lady that actually tried.
From where y'all were. This
we
is
literally were just there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so play the clip.
Literally, what is FEMA? So my daughter, whose house got completely wiped out, she has no flood insurance, meets with a FEMA person, applies for everything doesn't get the $750 that Kamala says that she's supposed to get, gets approved for $300 for personal items. What is that going to do? That's literally what she got. Her entire first floor is wiped out. We hauled everything off. It's gone. So what is FEMA? And being a mayor,
So they didn't even give her the full $750.
they didn't even give her $750. Denied the $750.
They gave her $300.
They gave her $300. That won't even cover what's in the refrigerator.
And let's remind everybody that Kamala promised $750.
Yeah.
This person was able to get $300, and remind everybody that last week we showed that video of that gentleman interviewing those 2 Latin women, where they were still held up in a New York hotel, being given room service, being given a food card so they can go out and get money, but our U.S. citizens can't get diddly squat.
Well, because they're out of money. I mean, look. I mean,
well, they say they are. They say they are. I don't think they are. There was just a report out that came out yesterday, and I know you guys have been kind of disconnected from everything, but there was a report that came out yesterday that there was a agent that did going over everything. They found $7 billion, like that $7 billion in DHS that's not being used right now. Yeah. Why they're not adding this, I have no idea. I have no idea.
Let's go to the lightning thing. I want people to see this. There are meteorologists that have never seen anything like this storm hitting Florida. This is Cancun, I think, is where this was.
Yep. Yeah.
So let's play this. And again, remember to hit that like button, hit that share button. Here we go. Watch this.
Dude, like,
I mean, it's wild what's going on. But don't let the Democrats waste a good national disaster or tragedy. Kamala Harris started a bunch of crap saying that Ron DeSantis was playing political games and not answering her phone calls. Well, this is probably a newsflash to Kamala Harris. She's not the president of the United States. So Ron DeSantis absolutely destroys her in this video right here, debunking her lies. Play it.
You know, moments of crisis, if nothing else, should really be the moment that anyone who calls themselves a leader says they're going to put politics aside and put the people first. People are in desperate need of support right now, and playing political games with this moment in these crisis situations, these are the height of emergency situations, is just utterly irresponsible, and it is selfish, and it is about political gamesmanship instead of doing the job that you took an oath to do, which is to put the people first.
And I've been in touch with both FEMA and the president, as well as marshaling all our state agencies and working to support our local communities. And so for Kamala Harris to try to say that my sole focus on the people of Florida is somehow selfish is delusional. She has no role in this. In fact, she's been vice president for 3.5 years. I've dealt with a number of storms under this administration. She has never contributed anything to any of these efforts. And so what I think is selfish is her trying to blunder into this. No. And here's the thing. She has no role. No, she has no role in this process. I'm in contact with the President of the United States. I'm in contact with FEMA director. I'm obviously managing all our state agencies. We're supporting all our local government. And I will say this. I've had storms under both President Trump and President Biden, and I've worked well with both of them. She's the first one who's trying to politicize the storm, and she's doing that just because of her campaign. She's trying to get some type of an edge. She knows she's doing poorly, and so she's playing these political games. I don't have time for political games. I've got people whose lives are on the line. I've got people whose homes and their possessions are on the line, and we are focused 100% on that mission. I'm not worried about playing her political games. And so she is being selfish by trying to blunder into this when we're working just fine.
Yeah, and let me add, Joe Biden, I guess Biden is just trying to end Kamala's campaign, because he was asked by a reporter about this yesterday, and Biden literally just came out and said, no, Ron's doing a great job. He's like, I have had several...
Joe Biden's going to vote for Trump.
Yeah, I've had several conversations with Ron DeSantis. He's an exceptional leader. He is doing a great job for the people of Florida, and Ron has my personal cell phone number if he needs anything. I was like, wow, dang, that's gangster.
I'll say this, and this was I won't give out names, but a personal conversation, and I can't remember if it was from FEMA that they were given this direction or not, but I got a friend whose uncle, who is very elderly, lives in Florida, and they were directed to write their name and social security number on their arms.
Yeah.
And which basically is that's we know you're going to die, and we're going to need to be able to identify who you are.
Yeah.
And that is firsthand accounts from a friend of mine whose uncle is an elderly man in Florida. That
they've come out and said that. Like all the people that are
direction to write your name and social security number on your arm.
Yeah, they did the same thing for Helen, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
I think they told people when they were about to hit.
The local leaders are coming out, like in Tampa, and telling people, look, if you're staying, you need to call family members that don't live here and let them know you're staying. Give them your information, your name, social, date of birth, address, where you are. So when it comes time to looking for people, we know who's missing.
Yeah.
You know?
All right. Again, not to take away from the immediate thing, which is the saving of lives that needs to prayerfully take place. I want to talk to you guys really quick. And again, every donation today, we're going to use all of that to buy supplies to continue to take it to North Carolina. And it's looking like Florida. If we seem tired today, it's because we are. Because outside of just doing this show, we're trying very hard to be more than just a talk show. We're trying very hard to make this mean something, to make this matter. But I need to move off of the life part, which is absolutely the most important. But we also have to talk about the other gigantic elephant in the room, which is we have an election in 28 days.
Yeah.
Something like that. 28
days.
Mm-hmm.
This was Jesse Waters last night. And we're going to play the entire thing. Go ahead and make it full, Todd, on here. We're going to play the entire thing, and I want you to listen to it, is how are these people in North Carolina going to vote? North Carolina has approved emergency voting operations, but I'm very concerned about it, and they talk about the concerns here. Let's listen.
Fox News alert: Hurricane Helene wreaked havoc on North Carolina. The state will be reeling from the damage for years. And the storm just isn't impacting people's lives. It's affecting the election. Last night, the North Carolina Board of Elections announced changes to voting rules in counties impacted by Hurricane Helene. And some people are concerned. Senior political correspondent Kevin Cork is here. Kevin.
Evening, Jesse. They're talking about major changes in the voting process. Now, this is, they say, designed to help displaced voters in the Tar Heel state not only cast their ballots, but also make sure they have their voices heard this November. However, some Republicans are expressing deep reservations about the plan because of concerns about voter integrity. Now, the changes were approved by unanimous vote by the bipartisan board, coming just 10 days before early voting begins in the battleground state, and even as mail-in voting is already underway. Now, a couple of the changes I want to tell you about, including this: voters in the 13 counties that have been heavily affected by Hurricane Helene will now have more ways to obtain and deliver absentee ballots. By the way, more storms coming possibly. Voters in those counties will have longer to apply for absentee ballots. They'll be allowed to drop their ballots off anywhere in the state, not just in their home county. There'll also be teams that'll be sent to storm relief centers to help register more voters and, you guessed it, collect more ballots. What's more, the county boards will also be able to, by a bipartisan majority, hire poll workers from other counties and then move them all around the state to ensure there are enough experienced workers at each voting site. Now, the problem is, say critics, Jesse, we don't know where they're going to draw these poll workers from. And with ballots being able to be dropped off anywhere in the state, how can anyone accurately contest voter turnout discrepancies, say, in different counties? And keep this in mind, North Carolina was one of the last states to report back in 2020. It took them 10 days to certify the general election, despite being a relatively small state. Now, I can also add this very quickly. President Trump's team, the Trump-Vance campaign, issued a statement tonight asking for more access for North Carolinians. They say it is super important that the people who've already suffered from the storm don't lose their right to take part in this important election. And big amen for that, Jesse.
I don't know if I love or
Pause it. Okay, so let's talk about this. If you are concerned about North Carolina turning blue under these circumstances, comment yes or no in the comment section right now. You need to go to tpaction.com. I know that Turning Point is putting Chase the Vote things out all over swing states, but I also know that there's an active effort going on right now to put the same attention now on North Carolina, but they need volunteers. They need people. It's not even volunteers. They're actually paying people they're paying for your flight, your hotel to go out to these places and make sure that the vote happens. So please, every one of you needs to go to tpaction.com and register to go chase the vote. And here's why. They made a very good point about this. Who are the people they're going to bring in? And that's why we need to overwhelmingly volunteer to go into North Carolina and make sure that North Carolina turns red. We need North Carolina red. If Trump doesn't win North Carolina, he loses. You understand? Not to mention, they say the death toll is like 200, 300. No,
it's way more than that.
It's
way more.
Way more than that.
I would guess it was in the thousands.
26 of the 28 counties hit voted overwhelmingly for Trump. It was like 527 to 180 for Biden. This is a big deal, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm begging you all to search your hearts right now. You need to go to tpaction.com and you need to sign up for this, because I know that Turning Point and other people are creating an emergency plan. North Carolina wasn't on the list, but now it is. We've got to get people out there crawling over the rubble to make sure people are voting. We've got to get people in their districts too. Okay, I know a lot of people are displaced and all of this. Okay, fine. We need more people in North Carolina. I know, and I'm not trying to sound insensitive here to the loss of life. I'm not. That is absolutely the number one thing. But unfortunately, we have a presidential election in 28 days. And we cannot lose North Carolina.
Yep. And the website, tpaction.com, it's pinned in the chat right now. So they also have an app that works really good. You can go to the Google Play or the, whatever the iPhone thing is, and just search TP Action. It'll come up. You can install it. It'll ask you for your first name, last name, cell phone number, and then they will reach out to you. So you can either TP Action the app or the pinned comment website in the chat.
Look. We cannot depend. I got you, Tony. We cannot depend on the system to handle this. We have to take it into our own hands. We, the people, must do something. Please, if you're on Rumble, click the pinned comment right now.
Right now. Please.
If you're on YouTube or X, it's tpaction.com. Sign up right now. Tony.
Question, actually, because yesterday when we were there, you noticed, or I noticed anyways, that we didn't have cell phone service in a lot of the areas we went to. They still don't have cell phone service. They still don't have internet. They still don't have power. How are the voters in North Carolina that do believe that the system is still the same and they don't have access to television or internet supposed to know that the bipartisan commission changed the voting and be able to do something else? Because again, they still don't have any service and they don't have any. What if they moved their voting precinct where they're supposed to go? I mean,
there's zero. I mean, they're absolutely going to move their voting precincts.
Yeah, because some of them are probably gone. But to kind of caveat on what Graham said and to answer Tony's question here, it's up to us, like at this point, because I hate to push the importance of the election forward. And because look, people that are in the path of this storm, people in Florida, look, your lives, your livelihood is first on our list. All right, y'all are our top priority, okay? But
there's an election.
But there's an election coming
days.
up, guys. And if we don't win this thing, then it's going to be more of the same. Then we're going to be right back in this position during hurricane season next year, during tornado season for Oklahoma and Texas. Down here where I live, there's Tornado Alley as well. And this is just going to be a repetitive thing. So we have got to have you guys that have the ability to volunteer. They will pay for your flight, your hotel. They will actually pay you money to do this. Mm-hmm. Click on that link. Go to North Carolina. And, dude, let's band up. Let's help these people, but let's win this thing.
And I would challenge people a little bit more than that, people that have the ability. I just told you that Turning Point is going to pay for your flight and pay for your hotel to go to these areas. Name one person that doesn't have the ability.
Yeah,
I'd have to take off work or I wouldn't get paid for work. If you can't be willing to sacrifice 3 days of pay to go do this, I don't know if we win this thing.
That's a fact.
And I'm just being honest here. Do you guys have any idea how much money we lost not doing the show yesterday? And I know that it's apples, oranges, all this other kind of stuff. We are in a moment, 3 weeks, a little over 3 weeks, 28 days, where we lose America or we have a chance to build it back again. This is, Elon Musk talked about it at the Trump rally. This is the moment, ladies and gentlemen. This is the election of all elections. If we lose this one, we lose all of it. Your job will be worth diddly crap if we lose this election. So I'm challenging every single one of you. Dear Lord, I mean, Turning Point literally is willing to pay you to go do this. How do you not have the ability? Some of you are going on vacation. Cancel it. Reschedule it. I don't give a crap. Do something else.
Use your vacation time to do this.
This is that important. Okay? I mean, how do I say it without coming across the wrong way? There is no time for your excuses as to why. Well, I live across the country. Good. Get on a plane. Good. Vote early in your place. Get on a plane. Go. What do you have to lose? tpaction.com. Well, I can't lose that much money. Okay, I'm pretty sure that they're paying you for your time as well. Like, that's not illegal. Like, to pay people to pay people to go make sure the integrity of the vote is there. They're going to pay for your flight, your hotel. They're going to pay you a W-9 there. So that'll make up your paycheck you lose. Go. Go do it. Go do it. It is that important. We are at a part where you must You must.
So important.
You must do it. You must do it.
Yeah, just check out their website, tpaction.com. It gives you all the details. Like Graham just said, they'll pay for your hotel, your flight, and they'll give you a W-9 paycheck for the week. But it is a job. It's what it is. There's requirements, just like you have a regular job. There's requirements to go do things, but it's very important for people to get out there, the word and vote and whatnot. So yeah, so it is what it is.
Also, TP Action is doing it, but also if you're a member of Patriot Mobile, Patriot Mobile is doing the same thing. Their Patriot Mobile, I know for a fact, is paying up to $44 an hour for your time.
Yeah.
So
and I see people in the chat, I'll get fired. I guess it's a personal thing. I guess you have to decide, as Dan Bongino would say, is it bad enough yet? I'll get fired. Okay, cool. What if we lose this election? What happens then?
Then you might not have a job at all.
What happens then to your job? What happens then to your unrealized capital gains? What happens to your 47% capital gains tax? What happens to your money? What happens to our tax plan that has now been proven to absolutely, it will shatter America? I guess that's a personal decision. How much do you actually believe that this election is that important? All right, real quick. Let's go to 60 Minutes. Kamala went on 60 Minutes yesterday. Make sure to hit the like button. Make sure to hit the share button. Let's go to, let's just go to the videos real quick of how bad it was, because the Trump campaign is now demanding that the full unedited transcripts be released. And this is why, because of how bad it is. Here we go.
It's an election bill. And I take it seriously that I have to earn everyone's vote. This is an election for President of the United States. No one should be able to take for granted that they can just declare themselves a candidate and automatically receive support. You have to earn it. And that's what I intend to do.
Boy. I don't recall her getting one vote from one
zero
person.
Votes.
Nothing. Nada.
Yeah. That is one of the most idiotic things I've heard her say.
So
and she's said many, but maybe she doesn't realize that she didn't get a single vote to become the candidate.
Yeah.
I love the chat right now. Graham, it's irresponsible to tell people to quit their jobs. Agree to disagree. I think that if your job fires you for wanting to help people in North Carolina be able to vote, then you need to quit that. It's not a company I want to work for anyway. You need to quit that job anyway. So you can be mad if you want, I guess. And then there's some idiot baby eating Biden, a mouth breathing moron that I need you people in the chat to take care of right now. He's basically saying, why aren't you guys there right now helping in North Carolina? Why don't you suspend your podcast and go help? We just got back, you idiot. We just literally got back. I'm operating on 6 hours of sleep, you moron that just woke up. Who are you? Are you new to this show? I don't have time for your stupid crap. I'm so over stupid people. Oh, by the way, right now, not only do we have people documenting it in helicopters right this second, we also are making another run of tens of thousands of dollars worth of supplies to run again on Thursday. We're taking our children to go volunteer and help out the people there. What are you doing, you piece of human crap? What are you doing? What are you doing? What do you do? I'm curious. You watch a podcast and talk crap because you're an idiot. And you're a waste of humanity. That's what you are. I'm so sick of all of you that talk this way when you do nothing. Baby eating Biden. What a stupid name. What a moronic person that would put that as their handle. I hope
Woosah, my friend. Woosah.
I hope that your mama finally kicks you out of the basement and you have to get a real job.
Low.
No. There ain't no sun getting real low. If this makes you mad, then get the crap off the show. We're working over here. What are you doing? You get mad when I challenge you? The only reason you get mad is because you know that you're doing teetotal DICK. You're doing nothing but commenting on a podcast. Those are the only ones of you that are getting upset. What are you doing? I'm getting ill and I'm getting frustrated. I hadn't slept in days. I've been to New York, Pennsylvania, back doing this show. Also, we're coordinating with other companies to get meat, water, all the above here. We're going ourselves. We're doing all this stuff. We're buying fuel for chainsaws to cut people out of their homes. What the crap are you doing? I'm irritated. I'm sorry. We've got an election to win. We got a country to save. And on top of it, we've got people that haven't seen other human beings in 7 days because they're trapped in their homes. And we've got what could be a Category 6 hurricane going to Florida right now. I'm sorry. Can you remind me one more time why your opinion matters at all? While you sit in your mother's basement and you whine to me about losing your job? Do you have any idea, as Elon Musk said the other day, what happens if Kamala Harris wins? I'm effed. I'm going to jail. I'm going to prison. What do you think is going to happen to me? You think Graham Allen can just go get another job if we lose this? You selfish piece of mouth-breathing garbage. None of y'all are all in like we are. You think that this is all fun and games? You think this is easy? We burned the boats a long time ago. If we lose this country, we lose this election, we're the first ones to go to prison. We're the first ones to never be able to feed our family again because we can't get a job. So don't tell me that you know a single thing about going all in. So if I come across angry, it's because I'm tired. If I come across irritated, it's because I've been working. And if I come across too strong for you right now, 28 days before the biggest election of our generation, then get off the page. If you agree, hit yes. If you think I'm a jerk, say I'm a jerk. I do not care right now. It is that important. And if you don't see that it's that important, if we lose the election, it's going to be because of you. That's all I got.
It's definitely that mentality for sure. It's definitely that mentality that's going to cost us an election and cost us the country. I mean, that's what's going to happen, folks. Like Tim Walz said it yesterday. Like he let the secret that we already know slip. Kamala gets elected. You can kiss this. They're going to pack the Supreme Court, and as soon as they do that, the Electoral College is gone. It's gone. Yep. And when that happens, I Google this, everybody. When's the last time a Republican won the popular vote? Google that and see if we ever win an election again, ever. With the 20 million people that are in this country illegally, that are sworn Biden supporters, Harris supporters, that are going to check blue. If we don't win this thing, the country as we know it is gone. And it's not coming back, ever.
I agree. All right. That's it. That's all we got for the show, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to hit that follow button. Todd, pray us out real quick, and then we'll get the super questions. Let's go.
Let's do it. Oh, whew, man, got to find some peace in this one. Father, we're on hard times right now, and I know you know this. Nothing happens. Not a word is spoken. Not a step is taken. Not an event occurs without your knowledge. And you are the great facilitator. You are the great healer. And Father, every community in North Carolina, Tennessee, South Carolina, Georgia, the impact that's going to happen in Florida, every family that needs you, Father, believer, non-believer alike, because no matter what, we are your children. You spoke us into existence. We are the only thing on this planet that was created in your image. And Father, for the families that have loved ones that are missing, Lord, I just ask for comfort that they either get the word or they are reunited. For the ones that are still in Florida, the ones that can't leave, the ones that can't afford to leave. Father, just do what you can, because there's nothing that you can't do. And for your children that are in the wake of this storm, that are in the path of this storm, I just ask that you be there for each and every single one of them, and that you protect them, and that you be there for them. And Father, we love you. We thank you for all that you do, and for the volunteers, for the ones that are taking time off of work, for the ones that are sacrificing their time because they want to be the hands and feet of your Son Jesus Christ. Father, I just ask that you bless those individuals. that you give them strength when they need it, that you give them rest when they deserve it. And Father, we love you. We thank you for all that you do. And we ask all these things in your Son's name. And all God's people said.
Amen.
Amen.
All right, let's do this thing. Super questions. Let's go.
Super questions. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, here we go. All right, SL Kohler, 1972. Are you seeing the local sheriffs helping? Yeah, seen a lot of videos of that's pretty much all that's helping right now is the locals. Ooh, my sirens are going off here.
Is it a test? They test on Wednesdays in Mississippi.
Always scares me every time.
I still remember the test.
Always scares me. Aloho, $100 donation. God is in control. Guys, there's a lot of donations here. We're just going to get to the ones that have questions.
Yeah, as always, thank you so much to everyone that donates. I'm just giving you a blanket thank you. Real questions we're going to get to, but God bless you guys for helping.
Sure. All right, from Don Delalia. I lost everything in Hurricane Florence. I was sleeping in my flooded car for 8 days when FEMA met with me. They didn't even give me a hotel voucher. It is up to we the people. It is. As much as FEMA sucks, it's always been this way, guys, especially for small town America. Your major cities and stuff like that, the ones that generate money, they're going to be taken care of. But small town USA, it's always up to us to fix. And we do. Yep. We always do.
100%.
Thanks for what y'all are doing. I love this show. And Todd's live in Northeast Florida. Could y'all please wish my cousin Michelle a happy birthday? Happy birthday, cousin Michelle.
Happy birthday, Michelle.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Here we go.
Sounds like you're in a war zone. I love
Todd,
it.
will you turn off that siren?
Yeah,
I'm
Todd,
trying.
if you could turn off that siren, that'd be great. All right, this is from Michael on YouTube. My wife and I will be traveling through East Tennessee later this month. I'm wondering what parts of I-40 are closed. Dude, it's rough. like I'm telling you right now, like the only reason we got, well, hold on. I missed the rest of the question, Todd. Sorry. Also love the show and thank you guys for awesome job. Thank you very much. I would tell you guys right now, you better get ready to have to go up to come down or down to go up or whatever it is. The only reason we got to where we were, literally on GPS, it would literally say directions are not possible.
Yeah.
And so we had to get escorted through to even get to where these things were. So I would say your trip through East Tennessee might seriously be in jeopardy right now.
Yeah,
so you might want to look into that.
From Hurley Girl, donation in loving memory of my son Jonathan, who was called home 3 years ago. He was a proud Christian American dad, husband, and Trump supporter. He would have been 37 today.
Wow.
I hate that.
You for
I
that.
absolutely hate
Be
that.
with you.
From Cindy Lording, who is a big contributor to all of these donations. She's done at least $2,000 in the last few days. Does North Carolina have a plan to help assist those in voting that are stranded from the hurricane? How can we help? The comment is still pinned. It's still pinned.
You can't help if you've got the mentality of some of these freaking people in the chat. Like you can't do nothing. I guess we're screwed. Like I would go fight the war, but I'd lose my job. Get the crap, dude. These type of people, man. The founding fathers would have cut your head off with a saber. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Get mad if you want.
It's true.
George Washington would have bit you with his wooden teeth in the neck.
Thomas Jefferson killed a man on the White House lawn for treason. That's all I'm saying. Anthem Spade, y'all please pray for my brother. He lives in St. Pete. He's an air traffic controller in Tampa, and he's not able to evacuate.
And God bless the people. God bless the people that are not evacuating because they're there to help once it passes. And so, absolutely.
From Risa 2911, $200. My family are in Tampa and Nothnod, Tampa. May Lord please protect them all. Yes, for sure. From Appetizer, I saw an interview Benny Johnson did with General Flynn. Flynn said that it'd just take the Speaker of the House to call a vote to reappropriate funds because of natural disaster. I'm in North Carolina, and it's read quietly. And that's funny because, it's sad that has to happen because Congress didn't meet to give Lebanon $150 million. Congress didn't meet for millions of dollars for college loans to be forgiven. But they have to meet for disasters for Americans? Dude.
All right, hold on. I got to do this. Sorry, guys. You're getting ill me. GB's 777. So because I can't drop everything or have money to donate, we lose the election. It's my fault. What? Question mark. And then Free Press Audit is agreeing, saying, I can't believe I heard him say that, blah, 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 blah. I'm saying, oh, here's another one. What type of people, Graham? I serve my country. Everything is not absolute. Well, I serve my country too, and I disagree with you. I think you're a moron. Anything else?
Next.
Well, we don't all have the same opportunities. Then create one. Do better. What do you want some pity from me? Like what do you want? You think this crap was just given to us? Like what do you want from me? Like, again, you either believe that it's bad enough or you don't. If you don't think it's bad enough, then have that mindset. Don't do whatever it takes to make sure we win this election, and sit back and watch the fireworks, and we'll see what happens. Yeah. That's all I'm saying.
Because the other side is willing to literally
do
anything.
The
other side is literally willing to do everything. Breaking the law, it doesn't matter.
Yes. So if you used to serve and you wore a uniform, so you're not willing to escalate force to match the force, right? Mm-hmm. So you're not willing to do whatever you got to do to win. So if you serve the country, then I think you're an idiot. And that's my right that I fought for, just like it's your right that you fought for to disagree with me. I think that if we lose the election, you didn't do anything to help.
Yeah.
So again, where we are not meeting is you either think that this is an existential threat to our way as Americans if we lose this election, or you don't. I believe that it is. You obviously believe that it is not. So you're picking a fight with me because I'm challenging you to do something more. That tells me more about you than it does me. All right, moving on.
Yeah. So a lot of people are asking. It is tpaction.com. The message was pinned. I'm fixing to pin it again for all of you guys. So here it is. Right, it's coming.
Free press audit. What are you not understanding? Hold on. Look, I love this. This is what I love about this show. Free press audit. So the only way we can help in your eyes is dropping everything to go. We can't donate and help. Absolutely, I said donate and help. I don't know what the crap you're talking about. We can't partner locally and help. I don't know what partnering locally means. What area do you live in? Do you live in North Carolina? Do you live in Florida? Do you live in Arizona? Do you live in Nevada, Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania? Do you live in those areas? Then yeah, you can partner and vote, or you can partner locally and help. There are other ways than going in person. I agree. See, you're reading in between the lines here. But if you're saying that you can partner locally in a place that's not up for grabs, whether it goes red or blue, then that's not helping. That's a false illusion of you thinking you're doing something to help. And again, this is just knowledge of understanding how this works. I think that's great that you want to volunteer. But if you live in freaking Alabama, what is you volunteering to help at the polls? What does that do? Like you live in a place that's going to go red. Like, so if you live in Arizona, Nevada, Georgia, Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, North Carolina, Florida. If you live in those places, sure, absolutely, 100%.
Mm-hmm. Here we go.
Yeah.
Hurley Girl, she pretty much answered the question for everybody here, for most of the people. Graham, rest assured, y'all are way more than a talk show or a podcast. I'm sure I speak for many when I say we love and appreciate what y'all do. Love y'all like you're my own kids. I like that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Tina Garcia. I like this comment too. Registered Democrat, but have voted red, and Trump has my vote again. Nice. I like it. From Zykos, $200. My friend lives right behind Tampa and they didn't evacuate. I'm so concerned. How can I get out there and volunteer to help after the storm is passed? Please use this to help those that need it. Now, I will say, okay, I will say this for everybody, okay, because, you know, we were in the Guard. I did help during Hurricane Katrina. The thing is everybody, after the storm hits, everybody rushing in to help, you will get in the way of a lot of stuff. So going to those locations and helping is good, but don't just get in a car and drive.
Yeah, you
All right,
can't.
do your
You
research.
can't. Yeah, you
have a
gotta- you gotta
plan.
figure it out, yeah.
Yeah, know what organization that you're going to help. Have a plan. Have a thought out, detailed plan of action before you just drive into somebody's neighborhood and start getting in the way of people trying to help people. So, like, you know, that's all I'm saying. For the TP action, is the travel item commit to 100 ballots? Missouri is deep red, and Cindy I would love to go and help. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Absolutely. So check that out. Maggie, please pray for my sister. She's in the hospital on a breathing machine, not responding, and her brain is swollen. Yeah, absolutely praying for
Maggie.
her for sure. S. Rosario, you guys are always a breath of fresh air when things from the left seem outrageous. You're always a safe azimuth, check filled with facts and reassurance that I and we the people aren't losing our... No, we're losing it too. We just...
Oh, if I said to you guys what I wanted to say in these moments,
you'd
never
see us again.
This is the most reserved you're going to get from me when I'm angry. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay, I did it. Please repeat the TP action. It's still pinned. My husband.
Yeah, some of you are saying Rumble is down, and some of you are saying it's fine. It's not us. Some of you in your areas are having problems.
Yeah.
It's not us.
From Jenny A, my husband is a heavy equipment operator. I have a medical background and 2 teenage boys with strong young backs. Who can I get a hold of to be able to come from New York to North Carolina to offer our services?
Go to tpaction.com.
Yep.
That's who I trust. Patriot Mobile is doing things as well.
And as far as helping, go to Samaritan's Purse or AsherHouse.org. Yeah, check those out as well. Okay, thank you. Just, let's see, from Reagan, just evacuated from South Tampa yesterday, but a lot of my neighbors are writing it out. Locals to Tampa, unfortunately, think they can survive anything, and it'll never be as bad as they say. That's when it happens, guys. That's when it happens. And that's it. Rest of them are just like, thank you for donations, things like that. So, yeah.
Before we sign off, I would like to say something about those people that were disagreeing or were challenging what you were saying, Graham. I think in simple terms, because I'm a simple person, just think of it as protecting your house. Do you appreciate your house? Do you appreciate the things you have? If Kamala wins, they're coming after your house. And I mean by that is they're gonna implement a tax program that's gonna just bankrupt everybody. They're gonna raise prices on groceries because obviously nobody's gonna be able to afford any of that. Remember that whole thing where they were going to, yeah, I think you touched on this, Graham. The taxing you on the unrealized gains, and when people are gonna stop investing in the stock market, and it's gonna be a very horrible thing if she wins. And all Graham was saying was everybody needs to do more. We need to protect our house. We need to protect, just in simple terms, we need to protect our country. If you like the way you're living right now, even though it's a horrible time, if she gets in, she is way more liberal than Biden is. Biden is a horrible president, but if she gets in, it's gonna be 100 times worse.
Yeah, and
So
she's
just
already
do more.
said it. Like she said, literally, she was on The View yesterday, and they asked her the question, would you change anything or do anything different than Biden's done? And she literally said, I can't think of one thing. I can't think of one thing. So it's going to be more of the same. You guys got to, I'm telling you, you got to do whatever you can do. All right, it's not about being comfortable. Go do everything you can, because they're going to do whatever it takes.
Again, it all boils down to, we've talked about this way too long, because if you don't understand it, you're too dumb to understand it. You either believe that this is the election that ends all elections if we don't win, or you don't.
It's that simple.
It's kind of like having a conversation with people that believe that, up until birth and post-birth abortions are okay. There's no starting point to have a conversation at that point. You either believe that this election is that big of deal, or you don't. I believe it is. If you don't believe that, which clearly you don't, or we wouldn't be arguing about the semantics of how you would have worded it differently. Well, go out there, quit your job, start your own show, get people to watch, and then, you can say it differently. Nobody gave this to us. Nobody did anything. That's the biggest thing that I hate is when people say that crap, especially to me, because all this started with just me. I quit my guaranteed paycheck, my insurance, everything. I gave up my retirement in the Army to be able to do this with no guarantee of what would happen. And I ensured that I would never be able to do anything else after this. So you're right. I have no sympathy. Oh, it's easy for you, Graham, to say, blah, blah, blah. Now, shut up. No, it's not. I did it. So, yeah, I got no sympathy for it. As Dan Bongino would say, you either believe it's bad enough or you don't. We spent enough time on it. If you agree with us, comment yes or no in the chat. Hit that like button. Hit that share button. I got no more time for dumb people today. We love every one of you. Thank you for tuning into the show. We're making another run to North Carolina tomorrow, so get your donations in. Oh, and in our spare time that we have, we're coming to make sure we still do the show for you guys before we go do more. So again, to these people, I got no time for you. Sorry, not sorry. Tony, say goodbye.
Hasta mañana, everybody.
Todd, say goodbye.
Love you guys.
And as always, I'm Grim Allen. Stay awake, not woke. Trust in God, not the government. And as always, stay free.